So, hello everyone. This is your Krishna from Women Today YouTube channel. So, in this channel, we have been interviewing many women entrepreneurs and working women across different cities in India, and we are also doing both online interviews by just having Zoom online sessions in different parts of India and also across the world. And also, we are doing offline interviews by directly going to the people's place in their respective cities in India. So, today's our guest is Vidhi Gupta, ma'am. She is a e-commerce expert. I welcome you, Vidhi Gupta, ma'am, to this Women Today YouTube channel. So, good evening, ma'am. So, please introduce about yourself to the people who are watching this interview right now, ma'am.
First of all, thank you so much, Krishna, for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here and, inspire the other women around the world so that they can also, believe in themselves and start, as an entrepreneur. So I am an e-commerce expert with over 8 years of experience. We actually help brands grow, to build their online business, whether they want to launch their brand on Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, Quick Commerce, or any third market, third party platforms where we actually help them, from scratch, from onboarding to cataloging, to execution, to pricing, inventory, strategy, everything end to end. So if you have the right product with you and you don't know where to start, we actually come into the picture and actually help you, build your brand to be able to sell on marketplaces.
Yeah, great, ma'am. So, tell us any one of your famous experience which you thought like, okay, I have did my best. Like you have been doing, like what to say. For example, if a person is doing some kind of textile business in them and they want to promote their clothes all over India in online market, so you just assist them in just getting the revenue high. The thing is that you must have seen many clients over these past 8 years. Can you tell me any one kind of which client do you think that you yourself feel great about assisting them in getting their revenue just like anything, ma'am, just like what to say, 2x or 10x than their usual one, ma'am. You can just share the
Sure.
experience about their business journey you have did with them, ma'am.
Sure. So basically, a couple of years back, we started working with a brand called Boats. They are from the House of Lakanis. It is a footwear brand where it was a private label where, no one knew that, which brand is Boats because, they've newly launched their products. But they actually had an extremely powerful backend in terms of their product, their production, and the product was ready in for the masses. So it was an Amazon exclusive brand where we started from almost zero orders with them. And I'm more than delighted to tell you that within a span of 6 months, we helped them touch 50 lakh rupees of monthly revenue only by selling footwear, which is like an athleisure shoes. So I'll just like to give you, 3, 4 tips which we actually kept in mind while developing that product in the market on Amazon. Number one, we figured out that there was a gap in the athleisure footwear category where, either the products were starting at 200 rupees, which were not great quality, or a sports, footwear, which was directly going to 800 rupees or 1000 rupees. So we figured out that the sweet spot will be a 600 to a 700 rupee athleisure shoe जहाँ पे there is not a lot of competition in the market. So we firstly figured out our positioning, number one on Amazon. Number two, since we wanted to address the masses, we kept the price point very, very sharp at 600, 700 rupees. Number three, we launched amazing color variations, amazing sizes, to be able to attract a lot of customers. Number four, we actually worked on the catalog. So because we're selling online, so it is the content which speaks for you. So we actually worked really hard on the images, the titles, the bullet pointers, the backend keywords, where we actually represented the product better. And number five definitely would have been our marketing strategy, where on high search frequency keywords we were ranking on the top products. And when with the strategy and the product, when it combined, we actually saw that the people have started to love the product, and there were a lot of repeats for a footwear brand in just 6 months. And the journey does not stop here. We in the first 6 months took them to 50 lakhs of sales. And when we actually did our BBD on Amazon, the Great Indian Festival on Amazon, we touched 3 CR of monthly sales in just 40 days for that Great Indian sale. We make sure कि inventory is not going out of stock. जितना प्रोडक्ट जो टॉप सेलिंग प्रोडक्ट है जो सेल हो रहा है, we made sure that the production cycles are in place, the inventories are planned. We also did replication of inventory where we actually knew कि कौन से स्टेट से कितने ज्यादा ऑर्डर आ रहे हैं, and we made sure that in that warehouse we are keeping the stock so that the customers are able to deliver it faster, because fast delivery is the key these days post quick commerce. So we actually grew that brand to almost 3 hours of 3 CRs of monthly sales within a span of 8 months. I think that has to be a great victory for me and my team for sure.
Of course, in business, consider in any kind of department, not only for footwears, achieving 3 CR is something like a dream for many persons. Like, consider starting from 50 lakhs to till 1 crore. It's like a beginning of their journey towards the revenue in crores. But once they reach this kind of 3 crores revenue, it's something like they have setting their milestones, something in their business. And also at the same time, if any client want to come and contact you and get some good expert advice from you regarding their business development, so how can one come and meet you, ma'am? So is it you provide business service only through online, or is it like do you have any kind of place where they can have a meetup with you and they can have discussions schedule and speak about the kind of business they're doing? So tell us about the kind of meeting place where they can actually come and meet you, ma'am.
Sure. So we are based out of Delhi. We have our office in Pitampura. So anyone who's located nearby and want to contact us, we welcome them to our office. Otherwise, I have got clients across India where I think we do online meetings, we do weekly meetings, so they can come and meet us. I have my Instagram page, Grow with Vidhi. We'll tag it down in the description box for sure. So you can DM me there. We also have a website, Scale Your Marketplaces. We'll pin that also in the comment section below, so that you can actually go through the website, what all services do we provide, and then maybe reach out to us. We have a lot of case studies, not only in the footwear space, but we also do fashion in terms of footwear apparels. We do kids apparels too with men and women. We also do skincare, beauty. We do FMCG, we do home decor. So it's like a 360-degree, fashion industry, or anything that has the capability of selling online is covered by us. So feel free to contact us there. It's very easy to reach out to us that way.
So the home decor, the fashion industry that you are talking about. So these are the departments which you promoted in the recent times. So that's what you're trying to tell,
Sure.
right, ma'am?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Also tell us what are your future ventures like after 5 to 10 years, where do you see yourself and what kind of business developments you'd like to achieve in your life so that it will make your soul fulfilled, ma'am? Do you have any wishes to go abroad to do international collaborations, or do you have any things that you wanted to do within India? So please share about your kind of future ventures that you're planning to do in the future, ma'am.
Obviously we are looking forward to deal with more international clients, but we do Amazon global, we do Noon in Dubai. So we do all of that right now. I think the biggest innovation, if I can give to the marketplace department or any brand, would be automation. So I would definitely like to see some evolvement in automation, in terms of ads, in terms of your inventory planning, in terms of your pricing tool. So I would definitely like to build up a tool in near future which will be automated and will make the process hassle free selling online. So that will be definitely my goal to build in the near future.
And also at the same time, do you just conduct any kind of workshops telling people how to just develop in these industries, or is it like only you do this service as when a client comes and meets you, ma'am?
We do consultations also, we train students also. So we have our monthly batches where we only take a group of 7 to 8 people, so that we can place personal attention. That generally happens over the weekend, because we deal with students or working employees, where they actually get free during the weekends from their studies or their job, so that they can pay attention towards developing a new skill. So we definitely have training sessions to any seller or any student who wants to, step up on their marketplace journey or want to sell online. Then yes, we also do trainings for them.
So okay, ma'am. So also at the same time, via this interview, if you wanted to tell any kind of message to the people who are watching this interview right now, so what kind of message would you like to pass to the people who are watching this interview right now, ma'am?
So I would like to say, it's never too late. If you're thinking to build your brand, this is, I think, your message to launch it today. I'll be more than happy to help you, in any way I can, if you can grow your brand otherwise. So I think, yeah, start today. Don't think, just act, so that, things will fall in place automatically. Nothing happens overnight. So just take action is what I would like to, tell to the audience.
So, anyways, whenever we do visualize some things, the only thing which will make us go towards our goal is just action. So that's the right
That's
thing which
correct.
you have advised me. And also at the same time, at what point in your life did you decide that you wanted to enter this e-commerce industry, ma'am? So is it like only after the internet booming or even before the internet boom? So when did
I
you
think
decide?
before I am here before, when Jabong existed. Very honestly, we have built sellers on Jabong too, which is no longer. So very honestly, I landed in this industry by destiny. So there was no plans to enter it. I had no idea what to do, but by God's grace, I got an opportunity to work with a couple of brands, and this excited me, and that's how I've continued my journey of 8 years here. And I do not wish to switch at all. So I'm not sure, 8 or maybe 18, God knows. But yeah, this is my focus.
So of course,
Yeah.
based upon your answers, we can just get this one simple point. So no need to worry about your business when you just hand your business towards Vidhi Gupta, ma'am, because she is there to help you and she will just sort out what are the problems in the business service. She's there to ready to help you out. So this is very well evident from the kind of answers that you give us spontaneously, because most of the people will be thinking like, okay, what to do at this kind of situations, but you are just well versed in it, since because you had a lot of experience for the past 8 years, you were able to do it at meticulously without any kind of hassles. So I do understand it, ma'am. So also on the other hand, so at present, e-commerce in this kind of business over here, so Amazon, Myntra, and a lot of online websites do exist. So what website do you think will be the number one to choose for a person to have their sales in the internet? Because consider you can also sell, most of the people are selling their clothes in Myntra, like textile industries are do existing in Myntra available, and also at the same time people do sell their clothes in Amazon. So is it like, okay, each and every product has like most of the groceries, they're just selling it in Flipkart. So people are just fixing their mind for each and every product to each and every website. So if you want to purchase any kind of groceries, people do not mention Myntra, they just mention Flipkart. And also at the same time, people, if they want to purchase any kind of cloths, textiles, they refer to Myntra. So is it like, okay, each product are destined to one single online website, or is it like, okay, whatever the product maybe it is, so we can just promote it any website? So tell us about it, ma'am.
So basically, Krishna, I would like to answer it in a slightly different manner. I personally believe, that anything which, a customer, a brand wants to sell, firstly, for their brand awareness, they should be, present across anywhere they can be right now. But to be very honest, price points and the category that you're dealing in, obviously, there will be, channels which will be performing way better than the other. So just to answer again, and just to reiterate it, I would like to conclude saying that if there is a brand which has an online presence, you should be there across. But when it comes to the masses, you should be there on Amazon, Flipkart. If you're slightly mass premium, you can ship to Myntra, Tata Click, Nykaa Fashion. And if you're premium, again, these portals will actually help you. Myntra is a fashion first portal. Nykaa Beauty is a beauty first portal. And Amazon, Flipkart, are electronics and general over well being, home decor first portals. And quick commerce is FMCG. So we know it all, but like I mentioned in this start, I want a brand to be there everywhere, because customers these days are hopping websites to one another, and brand presence actually make a difference, in a brand recall or repeat purchases. So ideally the brand should be everywhere, but depending upon which segment that you're dealing it, which price point you're dealing in, it actually helps you define that which portal out of these will give you the maximum orders.
Because the simple reason why I asked this question is because even before Colgate became paste, there is it's a very famous company. Colgate is well-known brand for paste, toothpaste. But
Yeah.
I think before decades, there used to be a time where Colgate used to sell food products. So
Mm.
people just relate Colgate to the toothpaste product. Not they cannot unfix the wires in their mind and think that Colgate is a food product. So it became a massive hit in the business. I mean, what to say, a massive loss. And because of this
Yeah.
massive loss, they made up in their mind like, okay, Colgate should exist only in the toothpaste industry. So, so in the same thing, as you told that, yeah, Nika. When we just remember about Nika, the only thing we can remember is the beauty products. So
That's
I think,
correct. But Nika has fashion app also.
yeah, but anyways, the beauty products and the fashion, all the same category, na. So no need to worry about that. Yeah. So also,
Correct.
but I think the one place which attracts any kind of business is Amazon. As we know that whatever products you
Right.
want to purchase, you can just go to Amazon. I think people are well versed in it, so no need to worry about anything. The Amazon, I think that's the great thing. So also at the same time, if any kind of failures do come in your life, if you're facing a lot of failures, so how will you think that you can come again from the ashes and rise again to the position where you're right now, ma'am? So tell us any kind of advice or any kind of real life experience, like you went down and again you came back to the position you're right now, or maybe even if you can boom to a higher level by just going to the ashes. So tell us any kind of real life experience about this, man.
Sure. So see, in this 8 years of journey, obviously there has been up and downs, just like the usual businesses. I think I have a couple of tips for everyone, because it's a part and parcel of how you live and how you think. So never lose your motivation, and you have to be optimistic about every situation that you are in right now. So number one obviously would be that. Number two would be that please be on the top of your industry, at all times, for that matter. So you have to be there, at all times. You have to know that what is working, what is changing. You have to change with time. You have to develop your skills with time. In 8 years, I've seen the e-commerce industry growing. What was working a couple of years back will not work today. So you have to change and develop your strategies according to the change in time. So I
That
think that would be, my advice. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. So if if a client they don't know about Vidhi Gupta, ma'am, who is existing in Delhi, who can help you out in the online market, if they want to help themselves, like they're not having any kind of enough revenue to have a marketing team to grow their business. So for the very first time, they have to develop themselves. They have to look through a lot of online websites. They have to learn themselves. So what kind of advice would you tell to them? So once they have come to you, being a consultant, you can just advise them according to the service you do. But as a beginner, so what kind of advice would you like to tell to the people who wants to grow their business in online kind of portals, ma'am?
Got it. Uh, so I think there's some network challenge. You have to repeat your question once.
Yeah, okay. Is my network okay right now, ma'am?
That- Yeah.
Fine, fine, fine. A simple thing, ma'am. So if a client doesn't have any kind of enough revenue to come and meet you and have some discussions with you and to have some developments in their business service. So if they think like a situation that, okay, we don't want to go and meet a third person and promote their business by just organizing a marketing team. So they want to do all by themselves. So at this situation, they have to read a lot of things what is happening in the marketplace. They have to analyze, they have to make some judgments according to the kind of things which is existing in the market for the past 6 months. So at this kind of time situation, so what kind of advice would you like to tell to the beginners who want to grow their business in the online market, ma'am?
So I think number one, we actually post. I personally post a lot of tips and tricks for new sellers, for experienced sellers selling in different marketplaces on our Instagram page. So I would definitely, if you want to follow, definitely go, and you will definitely see how beneficial tips and tricks we actually give, so that you can execute. Number two would be just focus on your content. Content is the key, because the product is not physically, accessible for the customer in the online industry. Number three, double down on what is working and reduce on what is not working is a simple strategy for e-commerce clients. I think if you follow these three, you will be able to manage your online journey, without any consultation. At least, you can start your business there.
So you have been working with Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra. So
That's
out of these websites, which website do you think will give you the most sorted revenue, ma'am?
So depending upon category, see, non-returnable products will obviously give you better realization as compared to a returnable product. When I mean non-returnable products, it can be personal care, products. It can be beauty. It can be something which is breakable. So all of this lies into the non-returnable category, which gives you a better realization. Anything like footwear, apparels, and all of that are returnable and would ideally cut down on your revenue for that matter.
So also at the same time, people always they wanted to do some kind of business, even if they're any kind of work, they're doing any kind of work like private company or government job or any job. They always wanted to a side business. So in today's
Sure.
online market world, so if they wanted to pick any one single industries, like consider start from the start of the interview that we were just discussing about the footwear, textiles, and many other kind of departments. So which department do you recommend the people so that they will start this business in the online industry? Like what to say, if they, you must have been going through a lot of people coming to you to get their products promoted in the online industry. So which product in today's world is the best selling one in the online market world, ma'am?
So there's nothing best, very honestly. Whatever, if you fill a gap, you actually build your product. So you have to build the necessity of your product. And I would actually highly, if you ask a footwear manufacturer to produce clothing, they would never do it. So I would say source your products, where you have knowledge about the product, the USP of the product, the disadvantage of the product. So anything where your interest lies or your knowledge lies, that is a product which is best suited for you. Because if you ask me, if I'm a makeup brand, if you ask me to start selling clothes, I would not do that, right? Because my expertise is makeup, for that matter. Or maybe if you ask a clothing brand to start selling groceries, they would not be able to do that. So anything where you can source very well, number one, would be a great choice to start. And don't forget, you just have to build and develop your niche. So brand building is the key. Wherever you think you can convince your customers that this is the need, you will start to see those conversions happen.
Yeah, that's the very good answer from you, ma'am. Because people today's world, they always think like, okay, most of the people are having some kind of textiles which is promoted in their WhatsApp, which they promote in the Facebook on online. So they think that textiles is the only online product which they will be able to sell very easily in the online market. But the thing is that, as you told, we should not always think about the kind of product which is already existing. We should always try to analyze at what product we can source and we can have an expertise in it. So once we know, okay, this is our right product, we know we can analyze what are the things in it, where when we source our product at a very low cost and also at the same time at a very quality one. So we can just, after just finishing our kind of analysis on any kind of and every kind of research things. So once we finalize our product, the next thing we should do is branding our product. So only after we brand our product, we can just go to the online market. So people will be able to choose our product because of the kind of branding we have. So I think that's a very nice, wonderful answer from you, ma'am. So That's great. And the very last question for this interview is, tell me, ma'am, also at the same time, how many years do you think this kind of e-commerce service will be flourishing in this market world, ma'am?
E-commerce is booming now, very honestly, because it is providing you convenience. So wherever there is convenience, e-commerce will boom. With the coming people, with Gen Zs coming along, with Gen Alpha coming along, people are ready to pay an extra penny just for their convenience, and that is where e-commerce is fitting in. That is where Blinkit is fitting in. That is where Zepto is fitting in. That is where M now maybe from Myntra is fitting in, right? So I think e-commerce is at its peak, and it will only grow. It cannot come down because I think e-commerce will be the future.
Yeah, that's a very nice and simple answer again from you, ma'am. Because as we told that wherever people try to find some kind of convenience, like they wanted the fit food to be delivered to their home, to their office places. They want the groceries to the delivered to the kitchens. They wanted the kind of other kind of products which they wanted to deliver instantly without any kind of hassles. So till these kind of thoughts do exist in our minds, we will be having this e-commerce industry running, ma'am. So no need to worry about entering the e-commerce industry. If people do want to have some kind of advice in e-commerce industry, please do go ask Vidhi Gupta, ma'am. She is a very expert in e-commerce industry, and she is in Delhi right now. So Pitampura, she has her office in directly over here, or you can also consult here because she is ready to help you on online. So thank you once again, Vidhi Gupta, ma'am, for just allowing me to host this wonderful interview. And people who are watching this interview, do subscribe to our channels because still we have a lot of women entrepreneurs and working women across different cities in India and across the world who are just ready to share their experiences about the kind of services, the kind of work, professional works they're doing. So this is your Krishna hosting this Women Today YouTube channel, and today's our guest is Vidhi Gupta, ma'am, a very
Thank you.
famous e-commerce expert from Delhi. So once again, thank you, ma'am. Good evening. Have a nice day.
Great. Thank you, Krishna. Thank you. It was a great time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you once again, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye, ma'am.